Thank you so much. Thank you to Anderson Cooper, who I've always thought of as the high elf of cable news. As Frodo said to Gildor and Glorian when they met at Woodhall in Quenya, Ella sella luminamenti elvo, my friend. A star shines upon the hour of our meeting. Thank you so much. Thank you, Anderson. You know how much I admire you. Thank you to Carrie Kennedy and everyone at the Robert and Ethel Kennedy Human Rights Center for this honor and for all of your work. I'm a big fan of human rights. Some of my best friends are human, despite the best efforts of ChatGPT. I also want to thank my dear friends and neighbors and my children for being here tonight, and my beautiful wife, Evie. Thank you so much, darling. To my kids, if Mima could be here, she could explain to you far better than I what this means to receive this award. As a clown in a Xenia suit, I never imagined that I would do anything to warrant this prize. And I think it may be rude to argue that you made a mistake, though you have. But I will just say that I'm deeply touched to receive the Ripple of Hope for many reasons. First of which, by law, every Irish Catholic American must have a favorite Kennedy. And Bobby has always been mine. As the younger brother of a big family, I dared to see a kindred spirit in Bobby. And as one of 11 children myself, I imagine his and Ethel's family as kindred kids who would understand the joy of that chaos. Carrie and I have done the contest before, and I just smoked her on saying my brothers and sisters' names faster than her. Jimmy, Eddie, Mary, Billy, Margaret, Tommy, J. Lou, Paul, Peter, and Stephen. Plus, like his siblings, Bobby Kennedy was really funny. I am particularly fond of this quotation. People say, I am ruthless. I'm not ruthless. And if I find the man who is calling me ruthless, I shall destroy him. My admiration for RFK is something that I've never talked about publicly, never said in an interview, but it is foundational to my public life as someone who makes jokes about our great and troubled country. No less great and no less troubled than it was on June 5th, 1968. In 2010, when I was invited to testify in character before Congress with United Farm Workers Arturo Rodriguez on the rights of migrant workers, I accepted partly because as a child, I had been struck by the image of RFK breaking bread at Mass with Cesar Chavez on the day Chavez ended his hunger strike. That what he had done, what I'm seeing him do in that photograph, was in accordance with Christ's admonition that whatsoever you do to the least of our brothers, that you do unto Christ himself, was clear to me even as a little boy. And I have kept the eternal and essential Ripple of Hope quotation from his 1966 South Africa speech on my desk at both shows for over a decade now. And whenever I feel most hopeless for our country, or for our species for that matter, I will, if I remember, read those words and take strength from its simple truth that while few can change history, everyone has the opportunity and the obligation to push back on the temptation to despair. Because despair is very seductive, like all mortal sins. Despair is a sin against the Holy Spirit and God's promise of mercy. Despair is also a sin of pride, the prideful idea that even a thing so small and sad as man can know how the story will end. Today, more than any other, it is this form of despair, this surrender, that makes a retreat from our common civic duties so alluring. And if there's any value to doing a late-night show beyond the obvious virtues of selling cold medicine and car insurance, it is acting as a nightly counterpoint to the daily diet of fear that we are all fed. Fear is one thing our country still manufactures, but you cannot laugh and be afraid at the same time. So we do our best to keep it light, in light of the darkness. And if that sends anyone even a ripple of hope, it is far beyond our ambition, but it is a compliment too great to measure. So on behalf of the hundreds of people who make what I do possible every night, and with a dangerous amount of pride, I accept this great honor. Thank you so much.